from a basement studio somewhere down under. It's the 80s Show with Australia's Retro Man. On tonight's show, Retro Man dusts off his magazine collection and shows you issue 1 of movie 80. Well, what are we waiting for? Lights, camera, Retro Man.
G'day viewers, Retro Man here and welcome to the 80s Show. Now today I'll be kicking off a new series on the channel that talks about Movie Magazine. This is a magazine that was available down under in Australia. When you went to the cinemas and you bought a ticket, this was available for purchase, this magazine right here. So if you frequented cinemas in the 1980s, you would have happened to have stumbled upon Movie Magazine. Now I've got plenty of these, I collected them, and what we're going to do now is have a series that walks through Movie Magazine, and this is the first one that kicked off 1980. This is Movie 1980 number 1, and back in the day this was only $1. It was a small fee for a slice of movie memorabilia. So do you want to come and check this magazine out? It'll be a truly fun time. So here we go with Movie 1980 number 1. We've got Persis Khambatta on the cover. She was the Indian actress / model that starred in Star Trek The Motion Picture. So let's take a look inside. Here we go, just inside the cover here, we've got a promo for the Lord of the Rings soundtrack. This was the animated film. And we've got a table of contents here. We've got a very interesting still there from Arabian Adventure. And let's turn it over. Oh, Walt Disney's Unidentified Flying Oddball is the first feature in this magazine. It's a time travel movie, actually, starring Dennis Duggan. If you've heard that name before, he is the guy, Dennis Duggan, that later on directed a slew of Adam Sandler films. But this is a cool little film, also known as The Spaceman and King Arthur. And there we go, we've got a double-page feature on the Lord of the Rings animated film with animation by Ralph Bakshi. That's a very interesting film, that one. And we've got a nice shot of Sly here and a lot of details on Rocky II, The Rematch. What's this next one? Wow, more American Graffiti. Yeah, this was a bit of a cash-in on that classic film American Graffiti. You've got Ron Howard there, etc. Airport 80, the Concorde. Look at that shot of the plane. This was one of those disaster films that were big at the time. There's more on Airport 80 there, some nice colour stills. That's an advertisement there. And we've got a feature on Sidney Sheldon's Bloodline with Audrey Hepburn. That's based on the Sidney Sheldon book, that film. And a double page on The Rose, the Bette Midler film. And we've got a poster for Monty Python's Life of Brian. Got a nice still there of teen heartthrob Robbie Benson and his film Walk Proud, where he played a Chicano gang leader. We also have a double page spread here on Alien with Sigourney Weaver, the original Ridley Scott classic. And we've got 10 with Dudley Moore and Bo Derek. Nice poster there for Clint Eastwood's Escape from Alcatraz, a Don Siegel film. And we've got a great shot of Brooke Shields. And we've got a feature on The Little Convict with Rolf Harris, a kid's film. Here we go, we've got a double page on The Seduction of Joe Tynan with Alan Alda and Meryl Streep. The Black Hole, this was Disney's attempt to cash in on Star Wars. That was a big budget Disney production, sci-fi flick. And we've got Van Nuys Boulevard. This was a bit of a hot rod flick, a teen exploitation film. The Lady Vanishes, a poster there featuring Sybil Shepherd, Elliot Gould. Wow, if you like The Village People, there's a poster on their film Can't Stop the Music. My Brilliant Career, a poster for that Judy Davis, Sam Neill Australian classic. What's this one? Ricky's Big Moment. That's little Ricky Schroeder there from The Champ, seeing Queen Elizabeth for the first time. And we've got a feature on Apocalypse Now, that classic war film with Martin Sheen, Marlon Brando and Dennis Hopper, directed, of course, by Francis Ford Coppola. There we go, Walt Disney's Bambi. That was reissued back in 1980 in Australian cinemas. Actually, 4 pages on Bambi. Geez, that got the feature. 4 colour pages. And The Lady Vanishes. And we have Meteor with Sean Connery. That's an interesting film. Henry Fonda and Natalie Wood are also in that one. And what's this little interesting thing? I remember this feature in this magazine, $1 Million Memories. And it says here that this is a wartime photo from 1943 of glamorous Hollywood couple Robert Taylor and his wife at the time, Barbara Stanwyck. We have a poster here of the Lord of the Rings, the animated film. Zulu Dawn, a feature on that Burt Lancaster epic. Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is when Star Trek came to the big screen for the very first time. This was in the wake of Star Wars, and Star Trek were trying to do their little thing. William Shatner returned. We've got Leonard Nimoy, DeForest Kelley, and so forth. And we've got that woman again with the bald head, the Indian actress / model, Persis Kumbata, who made quite the impression in this film. We've also got Stephen Collins was in Star Trek The Motion Picture. And we've got their little feature in the back of the magazine on movie soundtracks. Moving right along to SOS Titanic. This was a big epic about the final days before the Titanic disaster. It starred David Jansen, Cloris Leachman, Susan St. James, and Helen Mirren and others. It was quite an interesting film, that one. This was before James Cameron's Titanic. And we have Escape from Alcatraz, the classic Clint Eastwood prison film with Patrick McGoohan there. It's quite a good film, that one. You may want to watch it a couple of times to take it all in if you're interested in San Francisco and that famous island prison called Alcatraz. Arabian Adventure, a nice colour feature there on Arabian Adventure. This is a fun adventure film. It also stars Christopher Lee and some unknown actors in there that really sort of pepper it with loads of atmosphere, and there's a flying magic carpet. Arabian Adventure's a fine kids film. If you've never seen it, definitely check it out. And we've got an ad here for Bold Red. And this film here, Chomps. This is about a dog with X-ray vision. It starred Valerie Bertinelli, and it was a kids' film, a comedy. And who do we have here? Silver Dream Racer with David Essex. And we've got Sidney Sheldon's Bloodline. That one starred Audrey Hepburn and others. And on the back we have one of those cigarette commercials. But there we have it, movie 80. This is number 1. And as you've probably realised as I've walked through this magazine, a lot of these films actually came out in 1979, but they appeared on cinema screens in Australia in 1980. So there's the magazine. Wow, that brings back the memories. So there we have it, guys. Movie 1980, number 1. I will return with movie 1980, number 2. I wonder who's on the cover of that one. It's not Persis, it's somebody else, and you will soon find out. So that was a bit of a stroll down memory lane, an 80s blast, if you will. I love these movie magazines. They're fascinating. And as you can see, I've kept them in pretty mint condition. That's always the way. I actually keep these in plastic. I'm a bit of a collector of magazines, and I particularly like Movie Magazine from Australia. So that's it, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This is Retro Man, living the dream, 80s style. Stay gold.
Thanks for watching. Retro Man will return faster than a boomerang and with more surprises than a jumping kangaroo. Please subscribe and good night, viewers.